Have you ever felt watched? That creeping sensation on the back of your neck, a chill that runs down your spine for no apparent reason. You look back, but there's no one there. The street is empty, the hallway silent. You tell yourself it's just your imagination, but what if it isn't? What if, at that exact moment, somewhere in the darkness, a pair of eyes is fixed on you? Eyes that know your name, your habits, your deepest fears. Eyes that follow your every step, waiting for the perfect moment. Clara was a woman of habit. She woke up at 7, drank her black coffee while reading the news, and left for work punctually at 8:15. Her life was a tapestry of predictable routines, a comfort in monotony. But every tapestry has a loose thread, a detail that, once pulled, can unravel the entire pattern. For Clara, the loose thread began to appear on a rainy Tuesday. She arrived home, exhausted, and found a small white envelope under the door. No sender, no stamp, just her name, Clara, written in an elegant and precise handwriting. Inside, a single piece of folded paper. On it, a single sentence. You dropped the pen today at 2:32 p.m. near the coffee machine. A black Pilot G2. I kept it for you. Clara frowned. It was a strange but harmless remark. Maybe a coworker. She shrugged, threw the note in the trash, and forgot about it. But the silent observer never forgot. The notes continued. One a day, always with a specific observation about her day. The laugh you had at the coffee shop today was contagious. You looked worried during the 3 o'clock meeting. You whispered the name Miguel while you slept. Who is Miguel? Clara. That last one made her blood run cold. Was he watching her sleep? Clara ran to the window, her heart hammering in her chest. The street was deserted, bathed in the yellowish light of the street lamps. There was no one. But the feeling of being watched was palpable, like a cold hand on her shoulder. She began taking precautions. She locked the windows, bought thicker curtains, checked the door 3 or 5 times before going to sleep. But the notes didn't stop. Now, they appeared in her car, on her desk at work, even inside her fridge next to the milk carton. Fear began to erode her sanity. Every creak of the floorboard was him. Every shadow in the corner of her eye was him. Clara's world, once so orderly, was turning into a prison of paranoia. The observer was no longer satisfied with notes. He wanted Clara to know he was close, very close. One night, she woke up to a sound, a soft melodic sound. The music box her grandmother had given her, which had been broken for years, was playing its nostalgic melody in the dark of the bedroom. Clara lay paralyzed in bed, cold sweat dripping down her forehead. The music stopped as suddenly as it began. The next morning, she found her phone on the kitchen table. There was a single new photo in the gallery. A photo of her sleeping in bed, taken from the bedroom door. But that wasn't all. In the corner of the photo, barely visible in the darkness, a smiling face was watching her. A face she didn't recognize. The date and time of the photo, 3 in the morning. He had been there, in her room, while she slept. Just a few feet away, the realization hit her like a punch to the stomach. She was no longer safe anywhere. Clara went to the police. The detective listened to her with a tired expression, jotting down details in a notepad. He promised they would do what they could, but without concrete evidence, without a suspect, their hands are tied. Try staying with friends for a while, he suggested. But Clara knew it wouldn't help. He would find her. He always found her. Things got worse. Objects in her apartment moved. Her parents' portrait turned to the wall. Her favorite book opened to a page she wasn't reading. One night, driving home, she noticed a black car in her rearview mirrors. It followed her for miles, maintaining a constant distance. When she sped up, it sped up. When she turned, it turned. In a panic, she made a sharp turn onto an unknown street and entered a dead end. The black car stopped at the entrance of the alley, blocking her exit. The headlights went out. For a minute that felt like an eternity, nothing happened. Clara, trembling, gripped the steering wheel so hard her knuckles were white. Then, the car's headlights flashed twice, slowly, and it drove away. It was a game to him. A sick game of cat and mouse. And she was the prey. A week passed in a terrifying silence. No notes, no moved objects, no black cars. A part of Clara, a desperate and naive part, dared to hope. Maybe he had grown tired. Maybe he had gone away. That night, a violent storm lashed the city. The power flickered and went out, plunging the apartment into total darkness. Clara lit a candle, the flame dancing and casting monstrous shadows on the walls. That's when she heard it. The sound of a key in her door lock, and the soft click of the door opening. He was inside. Clara hid in the bedroom closet, holding her breath, praying for her heart to stop beating so loudly. She heard the slow, deliberate footsteps in the hallway, the sound of wet shoes on the wooden floor. He stopped, and she caught the faint scent of his aftershave, the same one she smelled in the elevator sometimes. He was exploring her space, touching her things, breathing the air she'd breathed. The footsteps stopped in front of the bedroom door. The handle turned slowly. She closed her eyes tight, tears streaming silently. The silence stretched, heavy and suffocating. Then she heard his voice for the first time. A soft, familiar, terribly calm voice. "I know you're in there, Clara. You don't need to be afraid. I just want to see you." It was the voice of the man who lived in the apartment next door. The friendly neighbor who always greeted her in the hallway with a "have a good day, Clara." The same one who, a week ago, offered to fix her jammed door lock, saying with a smile, "Safety first." The closet opened. 6 months later, a new city, a new apartment, a new name. Clara, now Anna, was unpacking the last moving box. The afternoon sun streamed through the window, a symbol of hope of a clean start. The man had been arrested, convicted. She was, finally, safe. She placed the last photo frame on the shelf and turned to admire her new home. That's when her heart stopped. On top of the fireplace, in a place of honor, was her grandmother's music box. The same one that had played by itself in her old room. The same one she had left behind, thrown in the back of a closet, a remnant of a past she wanted to forget. Slowly, mechanically, she approached. The box was impeccable, polished. With a trembling finger, she lifted the lid. The familiar melody began to play. And inside, where there used to be a plastic ballerina, there was now a small piece of folded paper. Did you think I would leave you? If you survived this story, subscribe for the next one.